All right.
Is this thing on? Can anyone hear me?
For sure.
I'm gonna turn your fucking levels down, motherfucker. You killed me on the time.
Oh no, I can't open it.
I can't open it.
It's working. It's red. You hit the button.
Yeah, working. Open it.
Hit the home button.
Footage, get out. Patatas. Home.
Eat this one.
Home.
Yes, it's working.
When I think of home, I think of a place.
Fucking mouth. Fucking
Whenever
this guy.
love overflowing.
Jesus.
Get this man a fucking cone.
I wish I was home. I wish I was back there.
It's the musical fucking episode.
For real, bro. But the things that go away.
Shut the fuck up. Always trying to sing shit.
Yeah.
Interrupting motherfuckers. You ain't even sing the best part of the song.
What's that?
No,
That is the best part of the song.
damn
It
right.
really
See?
is. It's
Nobody knew
magical.
what was coming.
I'm loving that shit. I love it.
Good God.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to True Story Bro number 54.
You sure?
Yeah.
54?
57.
Wrong.
What the fuck?
You know why? Because I'm still working.
Time travel.
Remember that time?
Yeah, well, it's 57. Whatever. It's in the 50s, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's in the 50s.
Anyway.
We're picking it up.
We can hit me with
Oh,
a who
God.
am I line. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes. Welcome here so you can get your kicks, trips, and all types of other funny stuff from us.
True cereal brand?
No, right?
I'm King Vitamin, bitch.
And I make cereal, nigga!
Jesus
If
Christ.
you can find the video, we'll share that with you. So
Oh
you
my
understand where the
God.
fuck
Who has the video?
I think it's
Yeah, I gotta find it in my
His
very
vault or
many
vault?
stuff in all of my vaults.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, we are your fabulous hosts for the evening. I am the ninja that's kicking it with you, Echo Ninja. And on my left, spotlight's on you.
Is Black Caesar rocking my everlasting Marvel crown? And across from me is...
Nigga, don't be like the man with no nickname.
fuck up.
Well, we are missing the man with no name.
Yeah.
We love that nigga.
Love that.
Miss you, bro.
But I am here. We in here.
Okay.
It's my house. It's Roundhouse. Yeah, nigga, welcome back. Welcome back, my shit.
Jesus Christ. Why do we do this?
And behind me.
Why do we do this?
Yes. After all that, I am once again the scourge of the internet, your boy Rizzy Sandu.
Were you with it?
Sir Wednesday, but you know that. Welcome to episode 57. I didn't have anything after that. Let's do it.
Well, that sucks for you anyway.
57. 57.
Yes, with 57,
I'm scratching my foot.
you're scratching your foot.
Yes.
All
Well-
right, go back up, foot scratch out.
I mean, since we kind of want to get those out the way, and since they're fresh in our minds, let's talk about this Joker movie in passing.
Yes, please.
I didn't see it.
I also didn't. Did you
I
see it?
did.
You did?
I
Okay,
did.
so both of you. You know what's funny? Anytime we talk about movies, it's usually half the
Half of-
fucking
yeah,
season,
usually is.
and then the other one's just gonna be like, yeah, keep talking it.
I did see the dance scene
man.
though.
I'm dancing? Okay.
Cause somebody played, somebody fucked me up with a meme. Played the Joker dance, the dance scene on the steps, and they played the Shawn Michaels,
I'm
music.
just the
Sexy
sexy
boy. Sexy boy. It's like, cause you see it, dun 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 dun. It's like I'm keen, and then you tell something.
They think I'm cute. You know I'm sexy.
I'm like,
Yo,
that's
send that to me so I can fucking throw that out. It wrecked everybody's shit.
That fucked me up for like 2 hours. I was like, I can't do
To
it.
drive the girl right out there you walk.
And I was like, these motherfuckers. I can't believe they did this shit. But yeah.
He said chill.
So tell us, brothers, how'd it go?
How was
You first.
Okay. Well,
Please, royalty first.
well, I was thoroughly impressed, as I'm sure most of America was.
Thoroughly impressed.
Oh yes. I mean, Joaquin, I never had a doubt in my mind the brother was gonna absolutely kill it, and he did like to a T. I would say it
Killed like 7 people along with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, precisely. Good point.
Yes.
Echo.
Yes.
Yeah. But
I'm here all day.
Right. It's like, give this man America. But
Oh my God.
but yeah, man, it definitely rode on the coattails of The Dark Knight in terms of like, drama and raw emotion and purity.
Oh.
But they just really like stepped it up a notch. In terms of the the mental illness, which I thought was a nice addition, to his origin story, and it really like brought a lot to life, especially. And I found it fascinating that they went back to do this like in the 80s, because it was a pretty questionable time for certain aspects of like the city. And Gotham, well, shit. Actually, it doesn't matter what decade it is. Gotham's always gonna be fucked
It
up.
was shit.
Also, I thought it maybe a little callback to the 1980 Batman.
Maybe. Possibly. Could have been. But a more shittier version, because holy shit, like, it was basically like, even though it was filmed in Newark and in Brooklyn.
Newark, Brooklyn, Jersey City.
And Jersey City. And it's funny, when I saw the scene where he was in front of the thing with, I was like, I know that store.
You say you know that store. I was like, oh shit, I used to go there before I almost got stabbed there too.
You always get.
What's with the mortgage?
We all talk about Joker.
Nigga, come on now.
It's like, I was just like, yo, Joaquin, man, hey, you ain't the first one to get robbed there, bro.
yeah,
for
for real,
real.
you
Yeah,
ain't.
yeah, yeah.
You ain't.
And it won't be alive.
You don't be like
Exactly.
that. I hope you went down the street, got you a nice fish sandwich.
Oh my god.
I mean, hey, that fish
From that fish market.
that fish
owned
market
by
always been
Africans.
there. It's been there for years, and it's still good fucking food.
Talk about Beaver Street?
Yeah. But continue.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see like the Scorsese influence in there, because they
Scorsese hates it.
yeah,
He
hates
comic-
Marvel.
He hates comic book movies.
Yeah.
Marvel.
He
especially.
made it specifically clear. He hates comic book movies.
But Marvel specifically.
He mentioned Marvel first, but
Dude,
then he
it's all
made it
comic
into
movies.
a huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Umbrella.
Everybody is attacked now. Yeah. But yeah, I know the irony, but it definitely derives from Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy, and they just mash it like perfectly together. It was just like, it's a story of the underdog who just got fed up with society's shit and decided to, take a stand and do something different. So he did. Unfortunately, it was the wrong kind of stand, but hey, other people would see it as heroism, because once again, this is the poor against the rich.
Yeah, and the thing about this movie with it took a lot of tropes from Taxi Driver, almost way too many. I'm not gonna like delve into spoilers, because this is a movie you guys have to see.
For sure.
Like literally have to see.
Eventually.
Huh?
Eventually.
But yeah, you have to see it. People who have seen it, certain people have mixed reviews. Certain people think it's great. Certain people think it's just god awful. But yeah, I mean, only people who think it's god awful is some of these people who believe that it's glorifying violence, or it's saying it's no stop. Let me finish. Let me finish before you do that.
I love the cries.
Let me finish.
Violence.
Like basically, it's like glorifying violence.
Pretty much.
It's throwing stereotypes on mentally ill people.
Yep.
And all types of things like that. And to my opinion, I get everyone who has negative thoughts about it, that's their opinion, and it's all fine and dandy about it. But my interpretation of the film, like, I love the film from start to finish. I love the exploration of the mind of Arthur Fleck. But the funny thing about it is that it had me thinking halfway through the movie when you find out a twist that comes out of nowhere if you're not paying attention, because you might see it earlier. But it's a twist that comes out of nowhere, and then you start asking yourself questions like, is this real? Is this fake? What's going on? You start asking yourself that the entire movie after this one scene that changes your mind for the whole movie. So you don't know. It's almost like Inception. You don't know what's real and what's not real.
Kind of like funny games.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
That too.
definitely.
I'm sorry,
that was
not
a
to
great
go
movie.
off, but that movie fucked me
No.
up.
And the thing is,
Pretty sure fuck that
this
movie
movie, this movie,
Fucked me up.
this movie gives you. It delves into, and a lot of people who have other things about this movie, such as stereotypes on the mentally ill and stuff like that. People have to realize the movie. Its drive is mental illness, but the movie is about a fictional homicidal maniac who becomes this homicidal maniac.
From society.
I think,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was I was gonna say, like, I think one of the key ingredients of this movie has to be like ambiguity.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
it's a great word to use because it pays homage to just like those movies like you saw, but also comic books like what's the one? The one where he has the multiple choice the cards out. He's like,
Yeah,
I prefer my past to be multiple choice.
Right, with the secret origins.
It pays homage to a lot of the Batman comic books that show different variations of his past, along with going also back to the old movie, which is The Man Who Laughs.
Yes.
The really old movie,
Right,
The Man Who
right.
Laughs.
It was the inspiration, really.
Yeah.
You also forgot Falling Down.
I didn't forget.
Didn't get to it.
Good movie,
But-
by the way.
Yes, very
Great
good
movie.
movie.
Michael Douglas.
But it
I love
basically
that movie.
it basically puts you in that POV state of how you would feel if you had that mind and what society does to you.
Sure.
It basically gives you the feeling of what you would do in that situation.
Interesting.
Especially with his, because he suffered from that and more. As the movie goes on, you find more stuff, and then so it's a clusterfuck of things going on, which looks confusing, but then it comes into full circle at the end. But it still has you asking questions, because you'd be like, wait, is this ending real? Is the beginning real? Is this whole movie real, or is what's going on?
Is this
Like,
real life?
You know what's fucked up about it? It's like I find sometimes like movies like this, and when I see it, I haven't seen it yet, but when I hear movies like this and the complaints about it, I'm like, So, society is fucked him over. Mm-hmm. He feels the world is against him, and he goes and does this shit. I'm like, I don't know what he did, but I'm just saying.
kill people.
I'm like, and then I'm like,
Gotham, baby.
so
It's Gotham, baby.
I'm almost like, how is that different from being black?
Well,
I knew you were gonna do that.
But let's be real about it.
No, I get that, but
No, let's be real about it. How's it different from being actually growing up black? Because let's be real about it. Depending on where you live at, you're put in a situation. You're born into a situation where you really don't know if you're gonna get out. You're relying on your parents to get out. Society fucks you up from the beginning, whether you be chased home or beat up in school or whatnot.
there is a slight difference though.
You wind up needing mental health problems. But
And the slight difference is that some of these people who do have these mental issues and stuff like that, they're born with these mental issues, or they're born with these physical disabilities or something like that, and they have no choice because they're born with these things. Right. And yeah, we're born black and stuff like that, but the thing is, also, there are certain black people, well, no, all black people have the choice to go against what society tells them they are, or just be what society wants them to be. They have the choice. Certain mentally challenged and physically challenged people don't always have that choice, and they have to gain the help and deal with what they. Now, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, with one aspect you have choices, with the other you don't. But I see what you mean by the similarities, because there is similarities to what you're saying, and I totally agree.
I mean, because go ahead.
To speak on that, especially with the time of where it was, like in the 80s, even throughout
in a big city like that too.
Even throughout time now, going forward in different cultures, like mental illness isn't something that's really talked about or handled. And so back in the day, they basically, you're crazy, we'll put you in the house. People didn't even want to say they had problems if they had problems.
Yeah. Or they just medicate you with so much shit.
Yeah. And then you're a zombie. So now, like nowadays, I feel like we're having a better understanding overall as society on how to deal with mental illness rather than as a stigma, than to understand. And just like anything, if you have like a learning disability, it's not like they put you in the nut house. Same thing with mental illness. You just have to find what the symptoms are, figure out what every person needs, because everybody's different.
Right.
Sure. Not everybody's going to have the same, means to make it work for each other.
Yeah, the thing is that, like, the only reason why I brought that up is because, not only just to being pro-black, but it's the fact about it is,
you and your fucking head it's roundhouse now, pro-black.
But it's the fact about it is, it's like,
that black nigga.
Fuck you.
But it's one thing. It's like when you grow up in those areas, like, well, in the 80s particularly, and they, like you were saying, there's times where, well, I think in the black community too, we never thought of a mental illness. It's just like, oh, you're just,
we would just pass them off.
We just pass them off, right? Yeah. And then, like, we never really got, like, really, because I guess in the black community, we never really, like, oh, you got a mental problem, this and that, until there was actually some type of physical, like, problem, But from, like, when you look at it, like, a movie like this, I was like, to me, it was like, this is no different from somebody that actually lives in the ghetto, still trying to get out but can't get out. Has a dead end job, treats like shit, and then not for nothing, what do they usually wind up doing? They be on the street, abusing their shit, selling crack cocaine on the streets, or joining the gang.
Right.
How is it? Not for nothing, like,
no, you're right.
How is it any different?
Right,
and it really ain't, because I'm not saying that that's just in the black culture. That's in the white culture too. Like,
that's in all cultures.
Yeah, like I would think. You know what? I wouldn't say this all culture. I think I'll say poor cultures, because
more ethnic.
Poor culture. When I say poor cultures, I just don't. I want just.
Actually, no, because if it happens in rich cultures too. The rich get on other rich people. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird how they do it. Every
my yacht is about 1,000 feet taller than yours.
No, but it's true.
Eat my ass.
You would eat his ass. Like,
you know what's crazy?
What?
That would have been perfect for the freeze. We just fucking eat my. But next time, we'll get him next time.
Oh, man.
1,000-foot yacht.
Eat my ass.
I can't.
Oh my God, I can't with you. I can't.
But I feel what you're saying. Cause
I'm sorry.
I feel what you're saying because 2 instances of something like that when it comes to mental illness popped up in my head because it was like, let's see, what was one? I watched Empire, and that was one. When main character Cookie came out, she
love her.
Oh yeah, great. When they mentioned that the son Andre had bipolar disorder, she didn't understand that.
Right.
Basically, what you learn.
She's ghetto.
She basically didn't. She thought, oh, that's a white people problem. And then they were like, no, he was diagnosed. He's bipolar, and he was like, oh shit. And his dad would always use that against him, like he was broken. Come to find out, his mother was bipolar, And he found out by a music video. How come you never told me my grandma was bipolar? He's like, we didn't know the name for
I
it.
remember
I
that
thought she was
episode.
crazy.
I remember that
I
episode.
thought she was a kook, just like you. And I'm like, and that hurts because a lot of times people think that they're fucking broken. And that's not the case. It's just that you have something that you have to deal with. It's a challenge. And sometimes it's more challenging than others.
Yeah.
And another one was another TV show called New Amsterdam, where a girl, she was Chinese. She jumped in front of a train while she was talking to her grandmother. I think it was her mother or grandmother. She was talking to her, and basically the stress of school and everything was getting to her, and she just, without thinking about it, just jumped in front of a fucking train.
Whoa.
And when the psychiatrist of the hospital wanted her to talk, she said, "Our people don't do that. When it comes to mental illness and stuff like that,
Asian
we don't
people
do that."
don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why I said it's a cultural thing that people try to brush. And when you talk about it, they think that something's wrong with you.
Right.
Yeah.
They had to come to a compromise to basically do it, but to shield it away from the other people. So that they thought that it would get into the culture and people would be like, "Oh, she's a nut job," and then it would go back on
because the fact of because knowing, like, having something like that and then having to be out in your community is almost embarrassing, especially if your community is the same people you are.
Correct.
And it's like
Usually.
look at that bitch. You know,
Exactly.
the back talking shit. So yeah, it does play out, and then you're almost castrated out of your own community because you feel like you're not normal.
Yeah.
And it's like I'll you know. I can see. I didn't watch the movie, but I can see how his point of view, and I've always, okay. So just to piggyback on Joker stuff, I've always had an attraction to villains in certain villains. Just not all of them, just certain ones. And Joker was very more captivated too. Deadpool as well, but Deadpool too, but in a certain way.
I'll tell you, he's not really.
He's more of an
Anti-hero.
When he wants to be.
Most of the time.
An anti-hero is basically kind of the half and half.
Yeah, he's in the middle of both.
They do things for their benefit.
He's an Arnold Palmer or an Uptown for you.
Yeah.
But
for you yuppies.
But what I mean is, like, for me, he okay, I like the Joker and Deadpool, breaking fourth wall.
Okay.
You know, like in that regard, saying like they know we're watching. They don't care that we're watching, but they're going to do it anyway because for them, it's funny because they know that we're watching and whatever they're doing on paper or whatever, we're going to get a kick out of it. We're going to eat it
They're
up.
playing to the audience.
Right. And so I've always been fascinated with Joker and Deadpool in that regard, and certain other villains do it. I can't remember all of them, but those Joker particularly much was just always anarchy, right?
Yeah.
Like, but there's a purpose behind it, and it's like it's a little crazy too. It's a little crazy.
Well, the funny thing is the purpose that you're mentioning, the purpose that every Joker entity has always said is they are basically bringing order to an irrational world, and their way of order is basically sending chaos.
And so did Zero.
Balance.
Huh?
And so was Zero. Zero from Mortal Kombat. Oh my God, not Zero. From Mortal Kombat. From Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Set everything back to one. No, I'm sorry, Zero.
Yeah.
So the nigga was bribing that.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Balance.
And it started back at zero. No, but I just
Wait, do you see Zero as a villain? Oh, I'm just asking that.
do I see Zero as a villain in Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, because when you look at Joker and you look at
Now,
Zero,
here's the thing.
I know we're veering off a little bit.
No, I know.
It's all relative.
Here's the thing with Metal Gear Solid 5 when it explained Zero's character. There was more to his character that was supposed to be put out in front. He was supposed to look like he was the villain throughout the entire game.
Right.
But the thing is, the company got in the way of Kojima and all this other stuff. But his original process was to make him seem like he was the villain the entire time, even when he was having that heart-to-heart I don't know if you heard the tapes when he was speaking to Snake to him when Snake was unconscious in the bed.
Yeah.
He was speaking to him, telling him that he didn't want it to be this way. But the thing was, this was the only way for things to be the way she wanted it. But neither of them knew what she wanted. Neither of them knew what the boss wanted. The only person who knew was the person who wasn't even born yet, who was Solid Snake.
Yeah.
Just get rid of everything. Start fresh. Leave the world the way it is and just leave it alone. That's what her thing was. Everybody wanted to control this, control that, take over this, destroy this. Why? Nature is going to come back and take everything back anyway. And that was her whole thing. But everybody looked at her as the villain because that's what her government put her as. And then set her own apprentice to kill her. And then he looked at her as the villain the entire time until he got that medal.
Yeah, he realized she was right.
Yep. And then he thought he had an interpretation of what she wanted, and he figured, listen, I'm going, just like how we got the soldiers and everything out these days, soldiers come back home, blah, 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 and they're not treated very well and stuff like that. Yeah, or soldiers, they feel like they don't fit in society anymore. According to Naked Snake, he said, I'm going to give soldiers a purpose. I'm going to create a war that will last forever so they will have a place. He turned himself into a villain because he had no other choice. He felt he had no other choice because he thought he was doing the right thing. Everyone was wrong, except when it came to Solid Snake, when he was trying to make things right in the most weird way. But the Joker movie was really amazing. And it makes you have conversations like this.
Yeah, deep.
It's a very deep conversation because it brings you in. It puts you in the mind of someone that you never thought you'd ever have to really dig into.
For sure.
And it's not even the mind of a.
I ain't even see this shit.
Like
I'm just going off the Joker alone.
I know, but like with the Joker himself, just period. You think of every single Joker: Mark Hamill's Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, like Jack Nicholson's Joker, Cesar Romero's Joker. Right. You think of all of those Jokers, and it's
except for Jared Leto, because you just left him out without even realizing.
I did.
So did Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they did. But he's being a big baby about this anyway. He wanted Warner Brothers to cancel this movie.
He tried.
He tried. And then Warner Brothers was like, nope.
Yeah, he's trying to get it canceled himself.
They tried to interfere with Tom Phillips' film. Tom Phillips is the director of the Joker, and and he was not Tom, Todd. And he looked at him and was like, "You need to stop interfering." You know why you need to stop interfering? Do you want money? Yes, we do. Get the fuck out of my place. That's not verbatim, but that's basically what he said.
You should have put a less.
But you know what? Honestly,
your whole face.
But but honestly, that's how you have to go. Like with the it's DC, right?
Yeah,
it's
DC.
the logo on it. So
it's DC Black Label.
You know what I mean?
That's what these rated R movies are called.
Okay. But what I'm saying is
it's basically Elseworlds.
Pretty much.
What I'm saying is that's what you have to go about doing these DC films, like especially the comic book ones. Like if was it Patty Jenkins?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's doing Wonder Woman. She did the first Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. Nobody bothered her. Second one, I think they put it. I think it's on hold.
No, it's not
still going.
Is it still going? Mm-hmm.
It's just going. It's going. It's just still going through post right now. A trailer will be out in December.
No. Cool.
When her and Gal Gadot goes to Brazil for Comic-Con.
Yep. Of course she's going to Brazil. Anyway,
the Amazon.
But at the same time, it's like this is what you have to do with these movies, right, in DC. Because let the director direct the way they fuck they need to do, and not have the studio jump in like they need a Kevin Feige. And they did. It was Jeff Johns, and then
he left.
They fucked it over.
I wish they would have let David Aries. I wish they would have left him alone, because he had a certain vision for Suicide Squad, and they fucked with it. They was like, oh, we want Joker to be. No, he actually wanted the Joker to be the villain.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted the Joker to be more menacing and less gangster. He wanted him to have that bit of Heath, but a darker tone
He
to
wanted
him.
to do his own
We
thing.
had to do something different.
He wanted to do Scott Snyder's Endgame Joker.
Oh wow.
The one where he got his face ripped off and everything.
Oh.
He wanted to do that type of Joker.
Oh, I would dig that.
Wait. But without explaining how he got it ripped off?
No, he's not gonna have. No. Just that version
Oh,
of it.
okay.
Not with his face ripped off.
Not the actual physical
okay.
trait.
Because they showed what Jared Leto looked like before what he looked like now
The
as a Joker.
tattoos.
He still had tattoos, but the thing is, the tattoos weren't perfect. They looked
They're
like
all
they were
fucked up. They're
etched
like scribbles.
because he did it himself. So they look like scribbles, like he ripped it and he ripped some of his skin and stuff like that. They wanted to make him look so like just distraught, but he was just so like out of his mind about it.
Right.
Studio interference, fuck shit up again.
Oh.
He had so many plans, and then the way he looks, and that way you see him now, no. It was working with the story that he had. He wanted to show an image, a perfect image of himself to Harley and trick her.
Oh yeah.
Because he needed his henchmen back.
Sure.
It wasn't no love affair. Because there was a part where he beat the shit out of her.
Well, he does.
No. You don't understand. They played it like it was fluffed in the movie. Oh, she dropped out of the helicopter. No, in the original version, he pushed that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly what he would do.
Yeah.
In the
Unless she's flying it.
in the flashbacks when she's still the doctor, and he literally he traps her in the room in Arkham somewhere, and he's literally beating her senseless and kicking her down. Like he's literally just beating this bitch to pieces until she basically goes insane like he did.
I think the whole
Not
relationship
falling into fucking vats and getting white skin like him is dumb because that never happened.
I think the whole thing with his relationship with Harley, keeping it real, even though we're veering way off, but we're coming back, it makes sense, is I think it's an experiment to him. He trained her.
Yeah.
And basically he's trying to put her to every single bit of hell to see if she'll come back to him.
Right.
And then the one part when I think he's like, when she's actually sick of me and she's done, that's when I'll kill her. But the fact that she keeps coming back means like he's never.
And
she's
trained.
She's trained.
And this all reverts back to her
Control chaos.
gaining this type of illness where she starts to get Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
To the point where no matter what he does, she's just gonna come crawling back to him. In the comic books, they're trying to fade that away and make her, this independent star, which is fine. It's fine, but the coolest part about it is that they keep it in her head that he's still in there. It keeps like drilling in her head like it's a routine.
I'm sorry.
But she tries to fight it, and I like how certain writers still keep that in there. Certain writers forget, but others don't, and I like that. But yeah,
I saw Stockholm Syndrome up close, and it's not pretty.
no, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. That's why all these people who are like, oh, I want a relationship like
Couples
Harley and Joker.
goals. I'm like, that's
Fuck
not a
you.
real relationship.
That is
Not-
the worst thing you ever would want in life.
Not to really. I'm sorry. I did lose a friend from that shit. That's not cute.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's it's a lot.
but yeah, it's not something that no one should want at all.
There's no person there's nobody that you should be in a relationship with that you have to be in a relationship with somebody.
Unless you're into masochism, I really don't see why you should put yourself through that needless torture. That's bullshit.
I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah.
People just don't find worthy in themselves. But anyway, let's move on.
Yep.
Terminator.
Yes, I had the luxury, thanks to my boy Markel
Mirakuru Wilson.
The Mirakuru.
I don't even know this guy is.
Pumped in my brain.
He was like, yo, I got advance tickets to go see Terminator Dark Fate. You
I was
down?
trying to
And
get
I
it
said,
all week. I never
hell
got it.
yeah.
Nigga.
I was trying to get it all week, and I didn't get it. Fuck it.
So we went.
Was it packed or sold
Oh.
out?
It was full,
Bruh.
The event was full every time I went to go get advance tickets.
The exact thing that we thought would happen happened. We got there, reasonable time. We waited on the line. We chilling. It's me, him, and maybe like 10 people. And then we
Damn.
like, we're gonna watch. We're gonna wait. We like watch. Motherfuckers are all gonna come over to the side, and there's gonna be one big cluster of a mass of people and not a real line. And then motherfuckers are gonna be like, y'all need to move back, blah 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 blah.
Same bullshit that
words.
happens all the fucking
All the
time.
fucking time. And guess what happened? That's exactly what
It
happened.
happened, yep.
It became a Harry Potter line into a Spider-Man line, and then next thing you know, these motherfuckers
No
was
Star
like,
Wars line?
It depends which Star Wars we talking.
Yeah.
Good
Exactly.
point. Force Awakens. That was a long line.
That was a long line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was getting to that.
Phantom
We got to the
Menace
front, and then of course
was an even longer line.
that's when
Episode 3.
yeah, that's when we started moving in. I said, yo, for real, I can't wait to see this. At first, I was reserved. When I first knew that there was going to be a new Terminator, I wasn't sure of what to think. I love everything about Terminator. I've seen all the other Terminators, good or bad. I enjoyed certain things in Genesis, even though people thought it was a giant train wreck.
I like
But-
Salvation.
You like Salvation? What?
No, wait. What was Christian Bale?
Salvation.
I like that one.
Yeah. It was like an NBC show that didn't get to the point quick enough, and by the time I got to the point, you didn't
It
care.
was like an NBC
Okay,
show
so
that
the,
didn't
the
get
reason
quick.
why I like Salvation is because you get like
What'd you get?
we got to see like Sean Connor. Sorry.
You want to say Sean Connery? I
No,
got
no.
to see him say flip off the machine.
So we get to see
Come
John
back.
Connor in the actual future fighting, right? And we get to see the kid, the person that he set back as a kid.
Kyle Reese, yeah.
Kyle Reese as a
That was
kid.
Anton Yelchin. Oh man, I missed that nigga.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, what?
Too young,
Yeah.
man. Way too young.
Too young.
Yeah, man, because he was what's his
mad.
name?
He was
from-
Kyle
from
Reese.
Star-
Kyle Reese.
and he was in Star Trek too.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot he died. He died in a car accident.
Yep. Very young.
Faulty thing for the manufacturer of his car. So the motherfucker just went out back of the car to go do something. The brakes, like when you put it in park, shit didn't lock. So it pushed him back against the wall. He tried to stop it, but of course the car is moving, and then it crushed him.
What was the car on? Oh, it wasn't on?
The fucking was a default in the brakes.
Oh.
So the family's like suing the car company.
Which car
They-
company?
I don't want to get into that now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was. I had like low expectations because the only thing that brought me to a higher like, oh, this could be good something, was the fact that James Cameron was coming back as a producer,
Yep.
Sure.
and I said this could be good. So this is like a direct, which is great.
It's a
direct
direct
sequel
sequel.
Direct
to
sequel, yeah.
T2,
Yeah.
and it was good. Like
Nice.
Did they bring back what's the name? John Connor from the.
I'm not gonna say anything. Not gonna say anything.
Okay.
Because I
But-
didn't do spoilers for this
Yeah.
one. We
Okay.
ain't-
Okay.
Even though I
But-
want to know so bad.
But yo, you'll be like, damn, after you watch this movie.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Sequel.
Does it leave it open?
It does.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. That's all I say.
Now,
We don't need no toast. We don't pay no bills.
now, what? This is not you answering a question to give me a spoiler. It's just a question I had in my head when I kept watching the trailers. Now I already know that it isn't Skynet.
No.
I know about that. It's Legion. That's the name of them now.
Correct.
Because because the future they changed the future
They
in the
averted
second
that
one.
future. So that
But
future is not.
but the thing is, Judgment Day is inevitable still.
Right.
Well, from what I've heard before, it's probably don't answer.
I'm not-
I'm probably wrong.
We're probably wrong until we watch this movie.
You're right. But the thing is,
Because what I got from Salvation, because I didn't see that the one before.
salvation doesn't count no more.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's
Alternate
gone.
timeline.
That time now.
Yeah, according to James Cameron and the director of this one, they basically said 3, Salvation, and Genesis are from a different alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
And basically, because of what John and and Sarah did
And
in
the T1.
T1 and T2.
T2, yeah.
No, T100.
What?
The model.
No. What they
Terminator.
did what they did in T2 changed the entire future to the point
Right, because
where
they got rid of the
because
chip
they
in the arm.
destroyed
everything.
Cyberdyne.
Correct. Which
But-
in turn destroys Skynet.
Yeah.
But now, since things have evolved, basically something else came from the thing,
Well,
and
technology-
the future is now even more fucked up
something
than it
worse.
was before.
Because technology grows, but they didn't have the arm or the chip to do it with. But
There's always something.
There's something
Yeah.
that always
One,
goes on. Yeah.
You know,
Aliens?
Because
Aliens.
but listen, that whole idea
Surface Dragon Ball
that
Z.
even though 3 sucked, that whole idea that it was
inevitable.
it was inevitable, and that it was a software that was inside and not like an actual physical hardware. That was actually pretty like a good, cool twist that they did, because it was like there's no way you can really fucking stop
Okay,
it. It has the internet.
Exactly.
One thing I'll give that's not a spoiler. Old boy, I forgot his name, the actor. He played Ghost Rider in fucking Agents
Yeah,
of
Oh,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Gabriel Luna.
Gabriel, thank you.
good job.
That motherfucker was.
He's relentless
He's
from what I hear.
amazing as this Terminator.
I heard he's
I
relentless.
totally
amazing.
believe
The
it.
only downside I heard, they canceled the fucking Ghost Rider. TV
They did.
show.
Yeah, I
They
know,
did.
dude. I was so
They did.
hurt
I
about
was
that,
mad
man.
as
Did they cancel before
They're
Kevin
still-
Feige left or before?
No, they were doing it, but there's too many
Kevin Feige
shows.
didn't leave.
No, what I mean,
When he took control?
He got a higher position, but
But
No, it was
they
before
felt they
that.
had too many shows, so it's
oh,
probably gonna.
they did
they're-
the
they're
whole.
shopping-
Marvel
they're
TV
shopping
is
them.
dead. That's basically what.
Wait,
they're
I got
saying
one
now.
question about.
They're
I got one
shopping
question
around
about
now.
Terminator.
Ghost Rider.
Did they connect it with the TV show? By any like?
No,
No?
that's not.
Fuck.
But I heard they did take tropes from every other movie
Yes, they did.
and the TV show
Yes, they did.
itself. They took tropes of it.
Okay.
Took the little nuggets. And
Yeah.
sprinkled it everywhere,
Okay.
and I liked
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I liked it.
But funny thing is, James Cameron actually admits that he actually loved how they did the TV show.
TV show was great.
He loved how they did the TV. He
I
was kind of
loved
bummed that they canceled it.
Then they
'Cause
shouldn't
he
have put it
wanted
on
to-
Fox.
Because he wanted to see what they were gonna do with it. Because he said he loved the whole idea of it. And from what I hear, there's more than one like little sprinkle of stuff that's in this movie that has like the
TV
Sarah
show-
Connor Chronicles.
Yeah. Okay.
I
'cause I'm-
I heard Sarah Connor is like I didn't hear like anything about her past, but I heard her shit. I like her story was tragic.
Yeah, I
Like,
believe it. Yeah.
Because she
All she knows.
wait. So when she says she hunts Terminators.
Yeah.
Have they been coming year after year after year? And she's
Wait,
just
wait,
been
wait, don't
taking
answer.
them out?
That's a spoiler.
Is
Yep.
that a spoiler?
That's a spoiler.
Is that a spoiler?
That's a spoiler.
I'm gonna take that
That's
as
a
a
spoiler.
yes.
That's-
You're thinking about that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
I'm not gonna fucking say that.
Yeah, it's a spoiler. We gotta
Okay.
watch the
All right.
movie. Because I thought about that too. I was like,
Because she said it in the trailers, and I'm like,
exactly.
wait a second.
But that's a
wait
spoiler.
minute.
We gotta.
I already know who Carl is. Don't worry. I know who that motherfucker is.
All right.
All right,
But yeah,
no spoilers.
watch it.
Yeah?
Great,
All right.
amazing.
Yeah.
I will watch it.
Everybody praises that movie.
So basically, Grace, the cyber,
She's a hybrid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's pretty much the new Summer Glau.
Basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
in
To that-
terms-
to
in
some
terms of
degree,
that.
yeah.
Funny thing is,
Yeah.
even though humanity even went down a darker path, that Skynet's gone and Legion is there, humanity actually evolved and fucking did some smart shit.
Yeah.
They was like,
should
you know
have done
what?
before.
They was like, you know what? Let's make our motherfuckers cyborgs. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make them a hybrid cyborg human.
We got to fight back.
And see, and they took that from Salvation because of Marcus Wright.
Right. Totally.
Whatever happened to Sam Worthington's career? He's disappeared.
He-
He's back now.
He did.
Maybe.
He did those God movies, and that was it.
No, he did Man on the Ledge.
And for some reason, it didn't fall off.
His career did.
Yeah.
Oh!
Avatar was his biggest fucking shit.
Well, when 2 comes out,
You know what's
he
weird
gave it
though?
that
He'll
call.
get another chance.
Whenever it do.
You know what's weird though? You know what's weird though?
Hold it, bro.
I think because he did Avatar, he was probably like,
That's
I
the
can do
next
some
thing
dumb
he
shit
is.
movies. If you think about
It's
it,
Avatar too.
If
Avatar 2 comes out.
Yeah, right. When he did Avatar, it was like a big film for him, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So
The biggest.
so what I'm thinking is like he probably was like, I did this whole big ass fucking movie. This movie's still making money. You know what? I could do some dumbass movies.
Like what?
I don't know any actor.
Was it
except
the
for-
Battle of the Gods? That fucking shit.
You mean Clash of the Titans?
Yeah.
The first one was good. No, the second one was better. The first one, they didn't get to the point.
No,
And they did a lot of
It
bullshit.
wasn't bad, though.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
The second one was better, but the problem was nobody cared.
Yeah.
Because the first one wasn't that it was not that good.
It's like, you guys made a sequel? Ah.
And when you watch it, you're like,
Yes.
this shit was good. The fuck?
I'm still waiting for him to do God of War.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
That's just
That'll
like,
be the new Pulaski
Are you-
Skyway.
no. Avatar 2 is the new Plastic Skyway. I don't see anything about that shit.
You know why? Because James Cameron's still making movies. That's going to happen.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Fucking God of War ain't happening, dog.
You know what's the weird thing about?
I have a better fucking chance seeing Kyle Rayner as a Green Lantern on a fucking TV show or a video.
Oh.
Blah! 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 Everything is destroyed.
At least we got a good Guy Gardner. And,
Giddy got it good.
you know, we got a good Guy Gardner.
Giddy bad voodoo.
Is there really such a thing as a good guy?
No, there's
Exactly.
only a shitty one.
A shitty one.
And
Yes.
one that wants to moon Batman every chance he gets.
Because
What a
he's
mad
like, that
song.
nigga's a joke, so I show my ass to that nigga
Yeah.
every chance I get.
It's no wonder him and Lobo get along so well. Because they're both assholes.
Yeah.
Super assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Speaking of assholes, I want to talk about a great show.
Great segue.
Oh, yeah, you got to. I want to talk about a great show on FX. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Hilarious. It's called Mr. In Between. I saw a trailer randomly while looking up any other movie shit that I was watching. And I said, oh, Mr. In Between, what the fuck is this about? And it's about a guy named Ray who is like, he's a hired gun or goon. So if you need somebody's legs broken, you need somebody to get money for somebody, you need somebody killed and buried and forgotten and thrown away, Ray's your guy. But Ray is also a regular guy with regular problems. Ray's got a divorced wife. He's dating. He's fucking, at least we got a girlfriend.
At least we got
He's got a daughter.
A good
and
Guy
he
Gardner.
has to find ways to manage his time.
We got a good
And
Guy Gardner.
it's just hilarious how he deals with everything. It's a very dark Australian type comedy.
And one that wants to
It's
moon
yeah,
Batman.
like you hear mate a lot, and it's hilarious. Like the show is great, hands down, great cast. Recommend it. I highly recommend the show. Like, if you watch the first season, you'll be like, yo, this shit is hilarious.
Did you,
Speaking of
do you watch,
I want to talk about a great
I watched
show.
Not
Not yet.
Me neither.
I heard good things.
I watched half of the first season and it was dope. And then other shows started to come on. So I was like, oh.
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. That could be a great name of the show.
Overwhelmed.
We should start it.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Life.
Exactly. That is exactly what it's about. It'll be about life and how it's overwhelming.
Oh,
It'll come on after I'm Broke the musical.
I'm Broke the musical, starring Al Toronto.
Yo, it'll start everybody that went to college. He's like, my degree, it's worth shit, cause I'm broke. Broke. The musical.
I said I'm broke.
Boom.
End scene.
Catch it at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Nigga, no, Manhattan Center. It's too cheap for that, dude.
Hammerstein Ballroom,
Yeah.
where they do Broadway shows.
Yeah, we it's called Broke. Yeah, let's do it at the Manhattan Center.
But that's the beauty
you
of
gotta
it.
get money for it.
Correct. That's the beauty of it. And that's when it starts going off, and people be like, "Yo, that show was great." It'll be the next fucking Hamilton, and they was like, "Broke the musical," but them niggas made money. Now we did. Now we did. Now we did.
Wrong.
Talking about broke, man.
Now we did. Broke.
Oh my God. Yo, speaking of TV,
Broke?
No, well, no.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to a convention, so I will be.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just came from one.
Yeah, that was
long
fun.
There you go.
We were in Pennsylvania.
Near King of Prussia.
Well, it was King of Prussia and Phoenixville.
It's in between.
It's in between.
Phoenixville's awesome.
It is a that was a good
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Come on in.
Come on.
Hey there.
Well, this is unexpected.
No, it ain't.
It's
I
all
know.
good.
I didn't.
How you doing?
Wave to the camera. Say hi.
Hi.
That's Rob.
He's a nice man.
Yes. So back to the story.
I'm
Of
so
True Story.
confused.
What?
I don't know. I was like,
What's good up?
what's going on?
Well, he ain't here to kill you.
Well, I know that.
Because I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you would have done it a long time ago.
Go to sleep. He's like, I was doing.
But if I kill him, he won't learn nothing.
That doesn't make sense.
So, yeah, we went to, we were in Pennsylvania. America starts here.
So both of y'all want to fight. That's what it seems. After school special ass niggas.
But
Keep
it-
going.
Yo, you want to talk about after school special? This whole con was like a living after school special.
But it was good.
It was cool though.
It was good.
You know what the coolest part about this thing was?
The PSS.
They had a boat inside of the fucking
No, not
thing.
that. Not that. But that was cool. But not that. It had basically New Jersey GamerCon was there.
They're
They
all
had an
gay.
entire area dedicated to them. They had Dreamcast there. They had PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2.
Dreamcast Third Strike.
Oh, that's the best.
They had Fortnite on the big screen.
They had Nintendo. Fuck Fortnite.
I know.
They had Nintendo. They had all that. Yeah, but they had Fortnite on the big screen. They had laptops and shit like that. Like, far as the eye can see.
It was pretty wide.
We had a huge stage for our show.
Love that stage. Oh
The
my
stage-
god.
That stage was nice.
I wanted to like just lay there like, oh.
Can I?
Can we just kidnap this stage and bring it everywhere we go?
I actually trained kids in 2 shows, which was nice.
I came out scared.
Well done, master.
Well
Yeah.
done, sir.
I came out there.
I had a baby face. Oh god, I hated it. I'm
Why'd
glad
you-
it's growing
why-
back.
Holy shit! I just realized we
Yeah,
didn't shave.
he shaved it for the. At first, I saw him.
I shaved my entire face.
But why'd you do that?
Because I was supposed to be a Padawan. So I wanted no. So I was like, all right, so I'm gonna go all out and be a Padawan. I'm looking at Tarlo, and I'm like, Tarlo, you look like a broke Jew. Like, well, no, he looks like Shaggy, a Jewish Shaggy. That's what he looked like.
Coming to NBC, bro. Starring.
No, but he,
I
I noticed he didn't shave. I was like, oh, I'm the only one who shaved. All right, whatever. So I was like, I'll do it.
I'm sorry you don't get the memo that when it comes to the same Padawan, nigga, we don't shave.
It's fine.
It's alright.
I needed to anyway because I wanted to have this grow out even more.
I fucking
I've been adding
went to
oils
go
to my face.
went to this motherfucker's house to go get his phone and try and fix it. He opened the door like, hey, I'm like, I'm like, what? What?
What happened to your face?
You're like,
William Dafoe's voice got into my brain, freaking from Spider-Man. I'm like, Spider-Man, kill Spider-Man.
oh my
No,
god.
but basically, this was really cool. You know, it actually had areas where kids will learn how to do coding and video game making.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like it was really cool. I was like, yo, they got a lot of cool shit here.
Bro, on some real shit, at that con, I almost wanted to I had a little big OCD and shit. Because when I walked over, because I was walking around, I walked up to the Lego area, I was like, I gotta build something now. And I was like,
I must build
no,
now.
No.
move, look, move!
When I saw it, move, little nigga. When I
Like I was
saw,
about to pull out 5 heartbeats.
Can't let him do it.
Get out! Dun, 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 dun.
Look, fucking castle.
look, no,
man.
but this is my true story. What happened that weekend? Let me tell you some shit about Darth Karen.
Darth Karen?
Oh, snap.
Remember what happened to Joanna, right?
Well, remember what happened to me?
Me first.
Go ahead.
He said,
This year was
sharing,
some
he's
fucked
sharing.
up shit.
Me too.
Okay, so
But not fucked up as mine. But
so
yeah.
me and Johanna, we had like basically a hotel ready for us and all that stuff.
in the nicest fucking town
Yeah.
with a nice little party. They had a theater right, like, it was.
All right, Mago.
Sorry. I'm just talking about the town. It was
No, not that one. We weren't not in Phoenixville. We were in another area. The first one. This is how this whole shit started.
No, I was talking about the town. The town is pretty.
Phoenixville is great. I'll get into that in a second. So basically, when we get to our hotel after the first day, we're getting ourselves all ready. We got our bags. Next, you know, she's all like, "We have a reservation." This motherfucker wanted to say, "Oh, your reservation is not here because the card was declined and we canceled it because we couldn't get in touch with you."
Dun dun dun.
Talk like, blah.
Exactly. I was like, "Oh, really?" And then I just went, and I just let her go off. She's like, "What do you mean that you canceled my reservation?" He was like, "Well, you know, we couldn't get in touch with you and this like that." She pulled out her phone. She was all like, "I don't see your call." She was like, "So when did you call me?" "Oh, we called you this morning." "Well, the only call I see here was literally an hour ago." "So which one was it, this morning or an hour ago?" And at first, I was starting to feel bad for the guy because I was like, "Oh, maybe it's not his fault." Until I caught him in that line, I was like, "Oh, this nigga's dead. He's done."
Yeah.
I was like, "He is done with Vaseline, head, all this shit." And then she took it like a champ and then all that stuff. But then it was funny. I had to laugh at it because it's like the whitest thing ever to do. But it was the funniest thing ever. She said, "You know what? She was like, I'm not going to bring my business here anymore. I'm going to make sure I call the Better Business Bureau, and I'm going to make a Yelp account to make sure you guys get a negative review." She didn't make the Yelp account.
Of course not. But they don't know that.
Nope, they don't. They don't. But he had that scared look on his face, and then she's all like, "I don't know what we're going to do." So she started looking up stuff when I was driving, and she was like, "Oh, found a place." So she
Where did you get?
We finally got to Phoenixville.
Oh.
And that's when we got to Phoenixville. We were like, "Oh," now I'm looking at, I'm like, "This place looks nice and got this and that," and you know, she's going through her head and all this other stuff. I was like, "You go in, you get our room ready, I'll find parking." The time I find parking and I come back to her,
By the way, we passed you.
I saw you.
You know, I was like, nigga.
I saw you. I saw you because I'm like this. I'm like,
We were looking for Parker too.
but I come into that hotel, nice hotel too.
Yes. They had a party.
Yeah, nice hotel. They basically said that, "Oh, we have your reservation, but your reservation you put is not until next week." And she was like, "Oh my God." She felt so bad and so embarrassed about it. And like, she was so flustered and all this other stuff. And she had, mind you, she still had her Sith makeup on. So she scared the shit out of the first person, I'm sure.
She does look demonic when
You
she has
forgot to mention that.
Yeah. That's the part I should have mentioned at first. Because this entire time she still has her Sith makeup on.
They're probably like, she has a knife.
So
Don't look her in the eye.
but basically with the first guy, she basically said, obviously I was in a show. Because she was just looking at her, she was showing her face. But going back to Phoenixville, she was like, "I'm going to go wash my face off and then try to figure out what's going on." She was distraught and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I went up to the lady at the desk. She was like, she's a really nice girl. She was like, "I feel really bad for her." And I was like, "Is there any way you can try to find a place not going through third parties?" Because we went through a third party to find those. Like, can you go like find them directly or something like that? She was like, I can try. So she went and she found them. She's like, "Any specific thing?" I was like, "Nope. As long as it's affordable and it's within 20 minutes from the convention center." She found one. Thank you, Quality Inn. Over near Valley Forge, I think.
Yeah. That whole area is fucking huge.
Nice. And those guys, when we went there, let me get back. When she came out of the bathroom, I was on the phone and I was like, "Babe," I was like, "What's the address?" She was like, whose address? Your address. And she told me her address. I was like, what's your phone number again? One lady was like, you gotta know these things. And so I hung up the phone. I was like, we have a room at such and such place, this, that, and the other thing. She was like, oh, thank you. Nope, thank her. She consulted the Googles.
Boom!
Shakalaka. We got to the place. And the place, it was under construction, but it was still a place to stay. It was like $90 a month. $90 a day. This place had a party going, huge ass party. Guess what party it was having? African party.
Oh, perfect.
Fucking booming ass music.
Damn right.
Oh my God.
Lots of movement.
She was going into the lobby dancing and stuff like that. And they were all like, oh, she was like, you got a nice hat. And she was like, there's so nice people in there. But everything was great and fine. The bed was hard as shit when we slept on it, but we were tired. We didn't care.
Yeah.
But it was still good. And that's the end of my story of Darth Karen.
That will haunt my dreams forever.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Oh,
As
man.
soon as you said that made me think of the fucking Joker parody on SNL with the count.
Yeah.
They got
That
this
was
motherfucking
great.
David Harbour being Oscar the Grouch. They got the count snorting lines on the
Yeah.
floor like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, man.
So
So tell us your story.
my story is not as fucked up as that, but it's fucked up because it involves food.
Oh God.
Let's hear it.
So
It's got to be fucked up if it's for you.
So
Food in a convention?
I'm with Tarlo. You know, we're riding in this car. We're going around finding parking and stuff. We pass this nigga. We gave this nigga the finger like, hey nigga, and we was just like, we're like, oh man, because everybody was going. Where we go? We went to what's the place called?
Rec Room.
Rec Room. We went to
Fucking
Rec.
awesome place. I think it was like, oh, this the
That's a disagreement
What
face.
happened?
That's a
Oh,
disagreement
God.
face right there.
Wait, there's more.
So we went to Rec Room, right? I'm like, okay, let me look at the menu. I'm like, okay, I wasn't gonna drink none. Sometimes I drink, sometimes I don't. I didn't feel like drinking. And I was like, I don't know drinks. I was like, menu. I was like, oh shit, okay, nice little burger, you know, this and that, blah blah blah. I was like,
Menu.
Let me get a nice big juicy burger. Don't burger, you know, burger.
Here, get him burger meal.
Burger, man.
Shout out to
Redbeard.
Yeah, burger. Anyway, I ordered a burger. It comes with fries, you know.
Oh yeah.
So we're all sitting down, right? and mind you, before the food came out, everybody's ordering drinks. I'm not drinking anything. I'm drinking water. So Rodney orders, tries to get a Long Island iced tea, right?
yeah.
And then I forgot they ran out of something. They were like, we don't have rum or something like that. He gave her the most death stare. He was like, we don't have any rum. He looked at her like this.
You ain't got no Long Island iced tea.
Like, this is the look he gave. And she was like, and he was like, no, I'm just trying to figure out like why don't you have
He
any rum?
always has that, and he has that like look in his.
He looked in this girl's soul, like if he could, he looked in it and was like, I'm gonna pull this bitch soul out. That's how he looked at her.
What do you mean? There's no rum.
And so they got something. He got something else. Jeff ordered something. They got something else. They all got something drinks, right?
Yeah.
So we ordered food. Food's coming out, right? So Rodney gets his stuff. Jeff gets his stuff. Panda gets his stuff.
Everybody got
Randy
their
gets Randy didn't get their stuff yet because they just showed up. But I get my food, right? I ordered the cheeseburger with, you know, the nice
Burger
juicy cheeseburger burger with fries, right? Why I get 8 fries?
What the?
My food came out first. My food came out before Rodney's, but when you look at Rodney's plate, he has a whole plate of fucking fries. And I got like 8 fries. I could count them. And I looked at my plate, I was like,
Either y'all out of fries or you motherfuckers don't know how to divide.
no, I bet you this bitch told them motherfuckers, this dude that wanted rum, you know, getting no rum, he looked at me the way he did. Me and Rodney ordered a burger, but they gave me his fucking plate. Wow. So I'm sitting there eating 8 fries.
Mix up.
But it gets worse.
And that's when me and Johanna came in when this shit happens right here.
Oh, fuck.
Then it gets worse. I'm sitting there, like, everybody's making fun of me. They're like, yo, Al, what's wrong with you? I ain't got no fucking fries. That's the fuck I got. I ain't got no fucking fries. Everybody's still eating fries. They're like, Al, you want some? I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm talking about Jeff and Rodney are going on a ham on me. Everybody's laughing at the table. And I'm like, excuse me, I didn't get really that many fries. The waitress, she was like, well.
It's always somebody's thing.
She was just like.
Tough break, nigga. It's always FUBU.
Yeah. She was just like, yeah. And Jeff was just like, I've never seen that shit before. Or waitress be like, well, what the fuck you want me to do about it? Like, and I was like, and she came out, brought me an extra plate of fries, and I was just like,
Everybody laughed so hard when that shit happened. Oh my god, it was the most fucked up thing ever.
I couldn't. I was.
You remember that shit? That happened to us. Bennigan's Route 3.
And yeah.
They did that shit to me.
Yep.
I said, let me get a lot of fries. You would have thought this man was rolling CeeLo with my fries. He said, snake eyes. You get like 9 fries. What the fuck is this?
Yo.
This is supposed to be a meal? And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Is this not enough? I'm like, really? This ain't enough?
Like, I don't know what the fuck they do. Like, do they just like 1, 2, 3, 4? That's enough.
They were like basket leftovers.
Word up. Like, and I don't understand. Like, and it happened more than it happened. It happened to you, or tried to happen to you, until I checked that nigga. What was his name? Rudy.
But the difference is, you got your food. I didn't get my food at all. And he served like 9 niggas burgers. Mm-hmm. And he looked like zombie Michael Jackson.
Yes, he did.
Oh, shit.
Yep, he did. That's back in the day story. But the thing, so to end the whole Comic-Con for Kids, it was a great night.
Yeah.
We actually met an artist. Who actually drew an African avatar.
Yeah.
And they drew a wonderful show enough.
Oh, is that right?
And so that's a gift to you, my friend.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And find out. I gotta go on my phone.
You trying to realize who these people are, right?
No, like I got it down.
About to go on his phone.
Cause I want to give
He's
him.
looking for names.
I'm gotta give him the shout out. Give him his due.
That's it. That's all you get.
Okay.
Everything else is complicated from there.
Blah.
What
What I said.
Streets Company too. Here they go.
There you go.
Yep, I got. Is this him? Yeah, this is him. Here.
Yes. It is Chris Helms. He is what is the name of the company? Doesn't say.
Chris Helms.
Inner Demons.
Inner Demons.
Their information will be in the link down below.
Yeah.
Below.
Nice.
And so they drew.
Shout out to Chris Helms.
Shout out to them. They were at. I was kind of how I found them. I was just like looking at. I have a very keen eye for art. So if I see something, I kind of know where like the penmanship of someone.
The art style. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was looking at this person's art. I was like, wait a minute, this art looks familiar. And I was like, I seen something like this. I was like, wait a minute. Hey, are you the artist that did the African Avatar? He was like, yeah, that's me. I was like, oh, nigga, it's you. I'm one of those people that really like point and lose control of myself because it's like
Either it's laughing or he loses his shit.
Because what he drew was like some phenomenal shit. Like I've never seen. He drew a new Avatar, right? That's I want to say like they all deal in Africa, right? So you have the next Avatar is Earth because Korra has passed on. So Earth, right? He has I think it's a sister who's an airbender. Has a friend that's a waterbender who's albino.
Hey now.
Has a combustion dude. Combustion. And then he has another dude with fire, right? And I'm like, and then there's another one that, another airbender too. He has a white tiger elk, and basically he can bend gold and earth, rock, and he makes like a motorcycle out of it. Fucking cool as hell.
That's pretty dope, man.
I was like, and he makes rollerblades out of the fucking
Makes a lot of contrast.
like I was like, this is genius. I was like, please send this up and get it signed up. I did one thing for him though, because he was like, I was like, man, you could have did a little bit more of the bending. Like, you could have branched out a little bit more. I mean, everybody's like, you got a standard, you got the combustion, but did you see the wheel, the bending wheel? And he was like, nah, I didn't know. I know they had that. I was like, that's real? I was like, yeah. I was like, Spirit is the first one. I was like, let me shut up and just show you. Showed him it. It's all the bending powers and in between. And he was like, holy shit, I didn't know there was this. This was real. I was like, yeah. Now you see how far this shit goes. So now he's going to be making more characters.
Yeah, because they got like dust and stuff like that.
Yeah, and laser.
Yeah.
Like, because I think it's after combustion, it's laser.
Fuck.
So he's like, I got my work cut out for me.
He's gonna be doing more characters, and I was like, how cool would it be just to have like one of the benders do plant?
Yeah.
Which they had the swamp before.
The swamp
like,
before, yeah.
And Cora did the spirit vines, but those are spirit vines. I mean, that's technically plant, but it's spirit. Yeah. But the fact about it is, he's gonna be making more characters for it, and I'm like,
thanks to you.
Thank you.
But
you got a gift from him because I saw some shit that was like,
yeah, we both saw it and we was like,
he had two. He had two, but I was like, this one takes the cake.
Yeah.
And then, so leaving, just to end it all off, leaving Comic-Con for Kids, we're in Pennsylvania, and you know, when you're in Pennsylvania, you gotta go to Philly.
Okay.
You gotta go to Philly.
If you're on the east side,
you're on the way, yeah.
Yeah, if you're on the way, you gotta go to Philly, because to get back to Jersey, you gotta go to Philly. Not necessarily, but you want to anyway, just to get some food.
Of course you do.
So me and Tarlo made a stop. And we made it because I was like, there's a place in Pennsylvania, actually in Philly, that does their own type of food, and it's a very different twist to it. So they're on Instagram, and that's how they got famous. There's a lot of, they call them Insta chefs.
Oh yeah.
So Insta chefs are chefs that post their menus and food about what they have, and you can order it, and you can go pick it up, and it'll be ready for you. They're all over Instagram, so you got all over the United States and whatnot. And I suggest everybody check them out. But we went to a place that they did a video on called the Better Box. And this is them right here. The Better Box.
Oh, it actually had.
Yeah, the Better Box. And because I saw the show, what they were on, and I ordered what they had on the show. I was like, I gotta try it. So I had the Philly twist, right? I had the firecracker salmon, and I had the General Tso's chicken cheesesteak sandwich.
Ooh.
That shit was fucking fat. It was like this goddamn big. That shit was stuck.
Look at this man's face. He's like, what?
I was trying to
Spider-Man?
I tried to tell you like, yo.
Don't worry.
But it was this fat.
Shit.
I was like, Tarlo, and Panda, we all got cheese. We all got the cheesesteak, man. But it was the General Tso's. It was good and it's spicy. It was good.
General Tso's chicken,
spicy,
wasn't
man.
like.
But the Philly twist, man, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, man.
Let me tell you something. That fucking Philly twist with the sauce that they got, it's such a fucking kick.
Damn.
The firecracker salmon, I don't know if anybody who likes fish.
I love fish.
Yeah, fish is cool.
If you get there, get the firecracker salmon. I swear to God on my life, that shit is ridiculous. And it's spicy. Has a kick. They serve it has a rice in there, salmon. It's oh my God.
On my life.
On my life.
Well,
It's so fucking good. Make sure when you get to Philly, go to the Better Box. They do have a food truck, but they do have an actual restaurant store that you go to get it up. It's on Frankfort Avenue
There we go.
in Pennsylvania.
Put all the info.
Yep. And also check them out, please. They were so good, very kind. They have a lot more on their menu. But they had some fries. I know you're a fry dude.
Fry guy.
But after that weekend, I didn't want no fucking fries because they ruined me.
I understand.
But they have some fries there. I didn't get it, but they had a menu for fries that I think you may be interested in. So maybe we need to take a ride. True story, bro. Need to take a ride and stop at the Better Box. Maybe give him a little interview. You know,
What
get some. It was good.
Food road trip.
Yeah,
food road trip.
It's worth it, and the prices was worth it.
Okay.
The Jump South chicken, cheesesteak, it was $11.25 for this big and this fucking fat.
Oh,
nice.
It's worth your fucking.
So the itis is real.
Oh yeah.
I ain't eat it until I got home.
Of course not, because you weren't going nowhere.
I was like,
So you got to work tomorrow?
but I was like, oh, no. But it was delicious food. They also got.
So you got work tomorrow? Do that Stone Cold.
Nah. That's how you do it. Old Stone Cold. But yeah, check them out. It's the Better Box. Show it to the camera. Show it to the camera.
We could just take a picture and
But like
throw
really,
it up there.
like really, we'll just do that.
But it's very decorative.
We
I
we
will
get
say.
it. Before we return into a
gonna be like
Better
right here.
Box commercial, thanks to this motherfucker. Appreciate it.
It was good food.
These
It was good food.
messages will be right back.
After that, like, we got any more to talk about?
Yeah,
did we?
Netflix.
Just wanted to splurge about New York Comic Con.
Since we're on con
You
still.
know, since we're on the subject.
It's a kind of life.
Yes, indeed.
I like that. That should be an intro. It's kind of like.
That might be
Welcome to
after
con.
we go to Rhode
Right.
Island.
Yeah.
Go for it, brother.
All right.
Enlighten us.
Okay.
Must
Your
be
wisdom.
Nice.
Okay, let me enlighten
What
you.
happened?
First of all, we was late.
Like a bunch of niggas. Always late.
That was not. I mean, well, no, let's not totally shift blame, but no. My homeboy picked me. My homeboy came from Summit. You know, he had being the gentleman that he is. He helped a buddy of his move, so there was a delay. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had responsibilities. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's been jabbing about that shit for over 50 years. So
True.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So we had to take example from that motherfucker somehow. So anyway, he finally he showed up in in perfect con fashion. He didn't dress up, but hey man, he wore a Captain Marvel shirt, so he showed his spirit. You know, he's a nerd like us, so he fits in. And onward to our journey, and awkward stairs from the train station, and
As usual.
Yeah, as usual, of course, and naturally.
Where'd you go as?
Oh, show enough, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna, do the Gustavo, but then I got a call from Mr. Demetrius Angelo, the proprietor of the Urban Action Showcase.
Yep.
And also a good friend of Ty Mock.
Yep.
So he said, "Hey, brother, can you do show enough for the anniversary of Last Dragon?" And naturally, I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I went in the gi though.
We're in the gi because
Yeah.
the Shogun's on the scene.
You in the gi?
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
you're getting football.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh no, that'll be next.
Okay.
That'll be next. I just gotta give it that
Kiss
touch.
my Converse.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what? If you do get those, you know who else you could cosplay as?
Who?
Andre 3000.
He's right.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Actually, that's actually a good idea.
I can be
I'll
big
keep
boy.
that in
I can be
mind.
big boy too.
Hey, why not? We can outcast it.
You could rock the next time you show enough. You could rock the fucking high tops that I gave you.
Oh fuck yeah, absolutely. 80s nostalgia,
You
man.
know it.
For sure.
We gotta go in there and have a big old speaker box.
Speaker box.
Speaker box.
In the love below.
Love that.
God.
Great
Love
album.
that
Great album. Great actors.
Yeah, for sure.
Black actors.
Right? He's like, ATL, baby.
Word.
Yep. So we got there, and the weather was fair. Lines weren't too long. I mean, my concern, of course, was trying to meet the great Paul Rudd, which I eventually got to do.
Our own
You know what I mean?
Passaic motherfucker.
Yeah, of course. Well, listen, I had to show him some Jersey love, man. That's
Jersey
what
love.
what it's all about. Of course, I had to fight through, everybody and, paparazzi and all kinds of, Wolverines and Rogues and
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Tons of Spider-Man.
Of course,
Tons of Spider-Man.
Batman.
What was big this year? What was the biggest costume this year?
Let's see. Good question. Well, let's see. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Spider-Man was big. Yeah. Spider-Man.
Oh
was
yeah,
big.
because what's the name? Part 2 came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's big.
And plus, he came back to Marvel, so people were like, yay!
I saw this badass Mysterio. God damn it. I wanted to get a photo of that motherfucker. If only I wasn't pressed for time. It was perfect. Right down to the damn fishbowl. It was excellent.
Was he new Mysterio or old school?
No, new.
Oh.
And he had that shit down to a T. I'm like,
That costume was very complicated.
yeah, but that motherfucker figured it out.
I heard there was a fucking almost movie accurate Iron Man over there too.
I didn't.
That's
get
what
a
I
chance.
heard.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw the video of him, and
okay.
it said on the bottom New York Comic Con. So I mean,
I must have missed homeboy.
like
'cause-
shit was like moving on his back and stuff like that, and I was like, yo, his mask would come off and on like with like a switch and shit like that. Mm-hmm. I was like, thing would glow and stuff. I was like, yo, you bossing up right now.
Yeah, man. There you go your electric bill.
Yeah, for real.
Through the roof, my dude.
Through the roof.
Yeah. And also, I ran into your brother in his Goku-esque fashion.
Oh, if you don't mind, speaking about my brother, dressed up as Goku. My brother was featured in BET.
That's right.
Yes, he was.
He certainly was. Yep.
Was he really?
Yeah,
He came-
definitely. The pictures is on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Graham.
Yeah. I was getting ready to go to work, and I was like, going through the news and stuff like that, and then it was like a New York Comic Con black cosplayers, and I was looking, I was like, Al, wake up! He's like, huh? I'm like, huh? He's like, yo, look, you're featured on BET. What? Woken up like hell. So
It woke his ass up.
yeah, he was Goku.
Yep.
And then he
Perfect.
went, yep, it was,
He did a great job. Yeah, he did a great job. As always.
As always.
Yeah.
As always.
Buff as shit.
But,
There was an Asian Goku who was big as
Yo, he was brolic as shit.
Oh, he goes every year. I know who he is.
Yo, man.
bulky motherfucker.
Yeah, I know who he is. He
He
goes.
was like basic, ultra instinct.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes every year. He always goes with he goes with the shirt off.
Of course he does.
Of course. I mean,
You got
There's also a
Superboy
Superboy that goes every year with his shirt off as well. And there's also
Well, with the drawn out blood S.
Mhm.
Superboy
oh
Prime.
yeah, didn't see him surprisingly.
Yeah.
Probably on the other day though. He probably was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was impressive.
Whenever DC
Your boy
does
was
the photo shoot.
Superboy one day. Bowers Jennings. Jennings Bowers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jennings.
Bowers.
He is Superboy.
And
Nice.
he was Superboy, and he went
He was
as Lucifer.
Did you ever
Morningstar,
check out his Instagram too? He when he did transfer bippity boppity, then he did boo, and I was like, holy shit! I almost got scared too. Like it was really that good. His Instagram is. Do you have it?
Yeah, it'll be down at the bottom.
It'll be on the
Right
bottom.
there, yeah. Boom.
Everything you're talking about will be on the bottom.
Yeah.
Bottom. Or I'll pop it here like boom.
Bottom.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Oh my brother's Instagram will be down the bottom too.
Yeah.
Or above.
Or here.
Like this. Boom.
But yeah, man, through the midst of like cosplay fuckery, I finally got down to the fucking Paul Rudd line, which was, naturally redonkulous.
Of course.
Right next.
Jersey's finest.
You know it.
One. Yeah.
Ant-Man, Giant Man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and then of course, right next was the Tom Hiddleston line.
Oh, damn. That was
Yeah.
I heard he was late.
Really? I didn't hear that. Yeah.
I mean, he I don't know how he's late. He was doing a Broadway show in New York City.
Nigga, you could be late.
but
Not if you walk.
not for that day because they
Not if you
because
walk.
True.
that and he probably didn't have to do that play that day.
First
Or
of
that
all,
weekend.
the motherfucker should have got the Biofrost. He would have got there on time. Shit. You could just call my boy Idris Elba. Say, what do you need, man? You need that Biofrost open. All right, there you go. Sword in, twisted. Got you on Broadway. All right, good luck, man. All right. Good luck
Idris.
to you. Yeah.
Nice accent.
Good job.
Thank you. Drives ladies wild. Absolutely wild.
I'm Black Superman. He said that shit.
Yo.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Word.
Still haven't seen that movie.
I'm Black Superman.
I'm kind of waiting for it to become the HBO so I can watch it.
Yeah, it's kind of worth it for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
agree.
it's funny. It's funny,
Kind of like.
but it's not like worth being paid.
I mean, even including the Die Hard rock film, I was like, oh, so it's on HBO.
Oh, Skyscraper?
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, it's on HBO Go. I'll watch it.
And it was exactly that. The only thing he wasn't was a cop.
It was Die Hard with prosthetic.
Amputee John McClane.
With muscles.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time. Yeah. Bust through that shirt.
For real.
That whole fucking place was CG. I don't know, like, damn. Like, Rock, let's put you in. Well, he needed to come up because Baywatch's CG was god awful.
Baywatch itself was god awful.
It was good for like a good 15 minutes, and then
5
it's like
minutes.
15.
Well,
The chicks were good.
15.
he just wasn't balling that day.
She was like, "Why are you looking at my tits?"
It's like, ooh. She's fine. It's fine.
I do
I get
love.
lost in her eyes.
I do love. What's his name? He's actually in a Baywatch. The one that. What was his name?
Don't know.
Which one?
The one that was the
Black dude?
co-starring with The Rock.
Zac Efron.
Oh, Zac Efron, yeah.
I love him in films. He's always funny now.
He's funny, yeah.
He's
trying to
fucking
shed
hilarious.
that Disney weight.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you? I was about to say,
Enough.
you still got going?
Oh yeah. Just
Keep going.
Yep.
Go for it, brother.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, after conversating, killing time, and checking out all the sites, finally got to Paul. And naturally, I thought of you, of course, because listen, we all know about the whole vampire conspiracy thing. Because this
Him and
motherfucker,
Sade are vampires.
yeah, motherfucker refused to age. I wanted to just, I mean, there was so many questions on my mind. Like, number one, it's like, are you supernatural? Number two, do you actually like suck the blood from living people to like maintain your youthfulness, or do you have a quantum realm generator that you jump in every like 10 years?
You asked him this?
Yeah. No. No.
He said, no.
No. I mean, but I was thinking it though. I mean, the only thing that came to my mind was, thank you for saving us. And then he said, oh, you're welcome, man, anytime. And then he's like, and actually, I got to show you some Jersey love. It's like, oh, of course, man. And he was so cool and friendly, and I was allowed to touch him. And and he was rocking the lumberjack hard. I was like, where did the hair come from?
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
with the big ass beard,
Exactly. And dude, it was just like
looking like a lost.
Up in the basement. Sorry. Sorry.
What accent is that?
looking like a lost brother of the Winchesters. That's what he looked like.
My name's Bill. Bill Winchester.
Where the fuck did you come from, Bill?
So yeah, we I took it and he said, your costume looks great. And I was like, thank you, legendary non-aging actor Paul Rudd.
Did you say that?
No. No. But I said no. I did say thank you, man. You're great. Love your work, and laughed, great, bowed out gracefully.
That's like you want to be like, hey, watch out for that bus, but all that can come out was ah.
Yeah. Exactly. All the funny shit I wanted to say, I didn't say. So
Wow.
So it was just basically fanboy grateful shit. You know how it is.
I'm trying to stop laughing. Sorry. I really am. I'm sorry, but
No, it's all right.
oh
I
my
psyched
God.
you out 2 times. I was fucked up.
Yeah. Did you say that? No.
Can't wait to put that shit in post. No. Oh, hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh my
man.
God.
And then, of course, naturally, went to the Last Dragon table, was fucking with Timok because,
Obviously.
I had to fuck with him. And shit. And then everybody was asking me, like, because, there's another Show Buff running. I mean, Show Buff.
Yeah, show
Buff.
Buff. He's
Yeah,
right.
Show
He's
Buff.
like, damn, brother.
Exactly.
You ate a Kuma.
Right? He was like, we're asking, were you there? I'm like, no, that motherfucker had density. I was not him. I'm pretty sure he probably bench pressed 3,000 before I got here. So no, that wasn't me.
over 3,000.
One question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Who has the better show enough costume?
Who? Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to say, I won't say mine because it was made. But no, I'm just playing. He was no. He was like, no, because I painted on mine. No, but no, his was good too. And I'm not just saying that because he could probably grind me in the dust. But
Beast, kill him.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Just own up to it.
But you were the first, though.
I was
You the first.
You're the first.
Exactly. And he'll never be prettier than me. That's exactly what. That's exactly
Done.
Yo, that's what Tupac said though. He's like, yeah, you made me rougher, but you ain't pretty. I'm like, I'm using that. I'm gonna use that.
Done.
Word.
Fucking
Done.
I was doing the promotions like a bug, man. It was great, and I'm kind of glad he wasn't there because I would have felt outclassed. But
shit.
it was cool. We were just pounding around. I ran into some, my locals there. And then there was some I didn't see, and they were going like, "Why the fuck weren't you there?" I'm like, "Well, why the fuck weren't you there?" Yeah, it's like different.
Armani was there.
Tell the Rebels. He was here on the show.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know how.
Mr. Boombastic.
I was gonna say, I don't know how I missed him, man.
He was all around. He was actually looking for you.
Oh, what? Damn, I was easy to spot.
And
Yeah.
Well, we'll cross
He got
paths,
a
man.
reason why he ain't there.
yeah, we heard that.
Yeah.
We'll not talk about it.
All right.
So it's all good. At least one of us was there.
Positive side. Yeah.
So
So,
all in all, your time was good.
it was really great, man.
Did you have a Marvel list time?
Yeah.
That's my one. Maybe two.
Shut up.
You'll never defeat me.
I came back
Light your
here.
ass on fire.
I am Johnny Starr.
Yeah.
I truly did, man.
That movie failed.
it did.
One of them.
And I left with two art mementos there. I got something from famed artist Humberto Ramos.
Ooh.
Yes. I got the Craven issue, Hunted, where
Nice.
like he had he had Spider-Man's head and a bunch of the Sinister Six like mounted on his wall. Had to get that autographed. Unfortunately, wasn't there. Hopefully, get him next time. And also, I got Stanley Art Germ Lau. I got a Catwoman autograph photo from him. I had to get him, man. His work is like dynamite. And and on this note, this is my vow. I'm going to get a book autograph from fucking Jim Lee. God damn it! All right, that's it.
Me and you both, brother.
Right, man. Because now, unfortunately, his time was running with Paul Rudd's, and I was like, oh, I'm already online for this. And by the time I got there, he was gone.
Go.
You know what's weird?
Yeah.
You mentioned Jim Lee, and it's weird. I ran into Jim Lee
What?
by accident.
Of course.
Of course you did.
I was just walking, and it was just like, Jim Lee? Ah! I did my thing.
Was he thrilled?
He was thrilled. Okay, so
Here we go.
I when you meet somebody that you're like you love their artwork and you're like just love them as an actor or whatnot.
Yeah.
I can't control myself. Like I'm one of those people that gets a little starstruck. And I'm kind of like, no, Jew. I met Susan Sarandon.
Oh, God.
I was walking down on 6th Street, walking past 14th, and I'm walking down and I'm just like, I got my headphones on, and then she just walks by. I'm like, and we like as she's walking towards me, we lock eyes. I'm like,
Oh shit.
is that Susan Sarandon? And then I'm like, walk past. She was like, I was like, wait a minute, Susan Sarandon? I turn around. I'm like, Susan Sarandon? She's like, I'm like, ah!
Nothing was better than your fucking Keanu Reeves.
Oh.
You walk down the motherfucking escalator like, nah, that nigga look like Keanu Reeves. Nah. Go all the way down. That nigga really look like Keanu Reeves. Nah. Go all the way down to the bottom of the shit like,
That was
fuck, that was Keanu Reeves. Ran all the way up there like he was Rocky. You're Keanu Reeves.
Yes, I am.
He's like, hey, I'm Keanu Reeves. And then your phone was full.
Fucking sucker motherfucker.
No, your phone was full and then it died. But then your brother came along and he's like, hey, Keanu Reeves.
Yo, I can't.
Best time ever.
You already know.
So
I think we're good for the
We're
eve.
good. Yeah, man.
wait, there's one more thing.
Of course, go for
What
it.
is it on call?
So if you're on Netflix, there is a
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
there is a show an animated show.
Okay.
Remember the name?
Seis Manos.
Six Miles.
Thank you.
I was gonna fuck it up.
I got you, buddy.
He's gonna be like Sus Manus.
Some mantis.
I'm not white. I don't say shit like that.
Some mantis.
It's not.
So manus.
Sus Menas.
So Smith.
Sus Menas.
So check it out. Danny Trejo plays one of the main bad guys.
Of course.
Of course.
Plot twist.
Dun dun dun.
But
What a twist.
if you like anime, and martial arts, this the shit to watch because they don't hold back.
It's from the same art style of the people who did Black Dynamite
Right,
and
yo.
the Boondocks, and it's
so
real good.
The story,
I'm in.
and I thought the story was like I had to watch. The story is actually deep. It goes
Super deep.
super deep. Like so, it's almost in like kung fu almost.
For sure.
Almost, it has that kung fu feel.
Mm-hmm.
Was it David Carradine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that kung fu.
I love it how
feel.
you got his name right. The last time you had to say that again, you gave his name.
No.
But you said David Cassidy. I'm like, wrong nigga.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, both are dead, but wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, it has that that kung fu feel. But when you see these guys fighting and stuff like that, just the first episode, you're gonna be like, God damn.
He told us the first episode, and I'm like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So just watch that. It's awesome. Also, to watch Raising Dion. Love this. They actually made a comic about it.
Yep.
I think it was a comic before. No, I'm not sure if it was a comic before.
Before the show. Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember. Okay, so how this thing started was I remember seeing the trailer
Yep.
first. It was an independent trailer.
Yes, it was.
And what happened was it was very long. They even showed it in theaters.
Yep.
They showed the trailer in theaters, like before the movie started. It was
Because
pretty-
Michael B. Jordan put his name on it as a producer, so
Right,
that's
right,
why
right.
they started doing
And
it.
so it was completely different actors before
course.
that because it was great. So it was about a kid that has powers. A black kid. It was about a black kid, an 8-year-old black kid who has powers, and his mom has to raise him, as a single mom. You know, somewhat. You
Just
know,
a tough job already.
Tough job already raising a single mom raising a kid on her own. But now add powers to it and trying to keep him from using powers and actually being found out. So this kid in the trailer, in the original trailer, he's teleporting, he's moving stuff and that, and she's like, no doing this, no doing that, like she keeps him to himself. But in the they changed the actors for the actual Netflix show. In a way, that was the only thing that upset me, but I'm okay with it. Because I figured if you showed the actors from the original trailer, why not keep the...
Because when you do test screenings and stuff, people show you what they like, what they don't like, and if a person can't give them a certain type of performance, they'll change them out, or they might not have been available.
Yeah, because well,
Film shit.
Yeah. Well, because I'm not saying like
Because you were used to those characters.
Yeah.
Those were the first ones you saw.
Yeah, and it was like the mom went from being dark. They kind of did
A Vivian.
They did a Vivian.
Yeah.
Because she went from being dark skinned to being light skinned. I was like,
Was she that light?
yeah.
Yeah, because the original Vivian was
She
dark.
No, not talking about. No, I'm talking about the show. I'm like, nigga, I know. Fucking watch Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
It's just like Harriet too.
Yeah, they did Harriet too.
Oh.
But Harriet left on her own terms.
Yeah,
She
that's
did the
right.
show for like
And
10
Viv
minutes.
got fired.
Yeah, it's true.
So she was like, she just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did that. They changed Dion too.
Of course.
They changed Dion. They changed Pat. They changed everybody pretty much in the from the trailer to the show.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of the point, it was still a great. It was still a great show.
Mm-hmm.
I loved everything about it, the powers and everything, and how raising a black kid with powers is how difficult she is, and how she tries to keep him to herself, because she doesn't
Want to have him exposed.
have him exposed and be experimental.
Yeah, the usual stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Government.
the government will get a hold of him, want to test him,
Make him a weapon.
to somehow. It's always weird. You think that we learn shit from that. But no.
Oh, also, just to let you know about your other show, so you can let them know what the show is all about. It's about orphans who are raised by martial art masters, thrust into a mysterious, demonic powers, drug cartel, and ancient rituals and blood sacrifices.
That was Sis Mama's.
Ooh, good
Yeah, that's what.
And he said it right. Bah! Get it! Boom!
That was Sis Mama's to explain. But
So,
Raising Dylan, pretty much watch that. Yeah, it's a great. It's
Wow, Michael Cotler's in.
Yeah,
Michael
Coulter, yeah.
Michael Coulter's in there.
Wow.
He's pretty funny in that shit though.
Okay.
But watch both shows. You'll get a kick out of both of them. It'll be very entertaining for both shows.
And they're on Netflix.
So just the last thing I'm gonna say. Last thing. Because I'm not gonna go into Ghost Recon because Ghost Recon it's okay.
Thought you weren't going into
it. It's okay if you have friends. If you don't, Ubisoft, you're fucking up.
Ubisoft.
Not everybody needs to have like the same thing as Assassin's Creed Origins. Not everybody needs to do that shit. Please change it. Go back to the method where Wildlands was actually the game. Like the way you had Wildlands was great. Breaking Point, you're fucking up. Anyway, but
He went into it anyway.
I know. Watch me while I contradict myself.
Allow me one to contradict myself. My name is
Get to the point.
Okay. So there's one show I didn't watch, but the season ended, and I only reason why I wanted to watch it because he had another show on HBO and it ended too. It's I don't know if you ever watched Principles, right? Danny
McBride. Yep.
So he had Danny McBride. So he had another show that I didn't even know about with John Goodman, Danny McBride, and what's the dude from can't remember his name. But it's called The Righteousness of the Gemstones.
Oh, I heard about that.
Fucking hilarious. Cause to see like Danny McBride being funny, but it's just it's like you get to see it's about a family that are
ministers, right?
They have their family that are minister preachers and stuff like that. They mega church. They mega churchers, like So
Is that with John Goodman?
yes,
Yeah.
John Goodman's on it, and it's hilarious, like to see like them
What
like,
goes down?
Oh, what goes down, and I never knew how those churches, like how they do with their money and everything, the donations and stuff like that. They actually showed that shit in the show. I was like, are you fucking serious? It's almost like a goddamn bank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like on some real shit. Like the donations came in baskets, right?
Yep.
Like, but they're a lot larger, and it's almost like they're in a bank count. It's almost like drug dealers. Like almost. Yeah, they're selling some drugs. Fake faith. Anyway,
Exactly.
but I was kind of shocked because I was like, damn, this is how they really do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Shows you the inner workings. Anything that shows you the inner workings and stuff is always a good.
I never knew how they got their money,
Cleflo
where
Dollar.
it go, and they even talked about how it's divided.
Who gets what?
All
the
all
shares.
of them, right? So it's like the daddy gets this bulk, this person gets this, and this is for the church. I'm like, that's some fucking crazy shit.
Truly.
And now I see why, like, I can't stand these fucking preachers that have these mega churches that talk about, oh, God wants you to help me get a jet.
Get a new jet.
A G5.
G5 jet.
To get to you and spread the word.
I remember that shit. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And now it shows how most black preachers were talking all that good shit and had a new Cadillac almost every other fucking week, had a big old house, and and what? Don't ask me why I have to have a bad car. Huh. Why don't ask me why I have to have a good car. Don't ask me no questions. Just give me the money. And on that note,
Holy shit. Thank you for joining us.
Another fine show, True Story, bro. Taking this out. Your boy, Rizzy Sandy, Sir Wednesday, Scourge of the Internet. Passing it on to Sam Jackson Bear over here.
don't Ask me no questions. I'm Roundhouse. Pass it over there.
Black Marvel, aka Black Caesar.
And this is Echo Ninja, the ninja that's kicking it with you all day, every day. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. And when you do, hit that bell because you will be notified by all of our upcoming stuff that we have coming on. If you enjoyed this video, drop that like.
Also, if you want to continue hanging out with the bros on the listen tip, you can definitely check us out on these other platforms above.
Yes. This way.
I want them to line up as a
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, I know this one.
You can't miss it. No, right.
So go see us.
Oh, and also check us out. We're probably gonna do some live at Rhode Island Comic Con. So
Yes, we know. We will be.
yeah,
We will be doing.
we will be in costume too.
We will be doing some vlogging on in Rhode Island next weekend.
It'll be fun.
All 3 days we will be doing stuff. He might do. He might see. You might see.
Dave
us.
Bautista. Ah!
Yo, Laura and Urkel are gonna be at.
I know.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to do the Oracle dance.
oh
my God.
And on that note,
We
peace.
out.
We'll see you.
We out.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.